So we're here with Nick Evans, who's wearing a white coat, and no doubt we'll have blood stains on him soon. It's not because you've attacked somebody on a rugby field, it's because you're actually having a Butcher's Masterclass today, which begs the question, why?
I look probably a bit more like a doctor rather than a butcher at the moment, but no, it's a fantastic opportunity that the RPA and Quins have done for us, and it's all about player development for us. We have a day off, and for us to come down here and learn a bit about the trade of beef. You know, we've got a few guys in there that may be pursuing that in the future. You know, Ollie Cohn with his Johnny Hole business, and guys that are generally interested in going into the meat market and going down that. For me personally, I'm a Kiwi. I do a lot of barbecuing and I love meat, and for me it was about just learning a little bit more about how it goes from being a cattle to what we get in the butcher's shop or a supermarket or something.
Well, here it's Sainsbury's in Holborn in London, and you've got a couple of master butchers there, and slightly different from what you do, but you'll respect, no doubt, and appreciate their own excellence, their own expertise.
Yeah, Julie and Dave, I was quite amazed at the fact that these guys are master butchers, and the fact that there's only 6 of them in the UK. Just goes to show that such high regard that these guys are held in, and the knowledge that they have. You know, they've worked in abattoirs, they've worked on farms. I know, you know, they've seen what it takes to get from a calf through to all the way through to deboning, which they're doing in there is cutting up a carcass in there into all manner sorts of steaks that I never thought there was. So it's fascinating to watch them go to work.
And the point about this isn't actually a gimmick, is it? I mean, I don't put a negative, but you know better than anybody. The thing about being a rugby player is that, unfortunately, your career could end in the next training session.
It does, yeah, and it's probably a lot of people don't, you know, especially the normal viewing public don't understand that we have a very short shelf life, and for us it's important to make sure that we get a lot of strings to the bow, and this is one of the many ways to do it. The RPA do a fantastic job, but it's up to us to go out there and tap into those resources that are available to us. And it's all about finding out your niche market and what you like and what you enjoy doing, and maybe something that you want to do in the future. And for us, a lot of us rugby players, we eat a lot of meat. You know, there's a lot of big strapping boys in there, and it's a perfect example way to do it.
I was just going to say, there's a lot of saliva dripping out of mouths right now, and I mean, you're by rugby standards, you're quite a lean boy, but there's some of those boys, especially your Polynesian colleagues, they're looking at that lump of beef and thinking, well, that's just a snack.
I'm surprised James Johnson hasn't got up and had an attack on that carcass up there already. But I mean, what we've got, I think we've got about 10 plates in there with 10 different types of steaks. And it's a fresh carcass, they're succulent steaks. So in about half an hour or so, we're going to be throwing them on a hot plate, and we'll be tasting a few of them.
It will be destructive. Well, I guess, you know, there's so much focus now. I mean, Harlequins are involved in so many competitions. It's looking potentially like another great season. You need to be very, very focused, and therefore I guess it's nice also to switch off. It
is. It's a busy year. It has been a very busy year for us, and heading towards the last kind of 6 to 8 weeks. We're in a lot of competition, so there's not a lot of time to be able to do things like this. But the great thing about rugby is when we do get away from it, we switch off from rugby, we enjoy each other's company, and we have a bit of fun, a few laughs, but also learn a great deal about things that we're generally interested in.
Fantastic. Thank you.
No problem.
So we're joined by a very happy Ollie Cohn, because if he's not on the rugby field, then pretty much the next best place to be is in front of a slab of beef. And unlike the rest of the boys who like to eat it, you actually, you know, this is your other life, isn't it? With the very famous Jolly Hog, which we see at most rugby grounds these days. So are you getting something out of today's masterclass with the butchers?
Yeah, well, it's usually pork. We also do sausages and hog roast, so it's usually pork that we're working with. But today at Sainsbury's with the masterclass on beef, we've got a master butcher. There's only, I think, 8 in the world, and some of the Quins lads and a couple of other club members are downer, and it's awesome. It's really good. It's really interesting seeing all the different cuts and learning how the animal works, and they do make it look really easy.
And let's be honest, you know, even if you go to the butchers or the butchers in the supermarket, you just take it for granted, don't you? But you know, in your own way, you have to be very focused and a bit of a perfectionist in what you do. You can see the same elements in what they do.
Yeah, well, as you can see from my physique, it's taken a lot of research into sausages and things like that, and a lot of eating. But no, we're really enjoying it. The business is going well. As you say, we're at different grounds, and we're trying to, you know, get good food out to the masses, and great sausages and great hot roasts. And yeah, it's been a good break. You know, when you're coming off the rugby field and training hard, and getting your head around a different business has been great for me. It's helped me on and off the field.
Has it? And now sometimes, you know, teams come along to things and they feel a bit forced and they look a bit glazed-eyed and they're looking at their watches and tapping on their Blackberries. Not today. It may be because you all absolutely love eating, but everybody seems genuinely interested watching these boys show you how to cut a large slab of beef.
Yeah, I mean, what more could you want? Do you know what I mean? We're all pretty greedy. We all know there's a steak sandwich at the end of it. And we're all learning a bit about probably one of our favourite meats. So you've got James Johnston in there asking questions about coq de boeuf and different cuts, and you don't usually hear him speak too much, but he's pretty animated in there.
Now suddenly you've seen his sort of ears prick up and oh, this is his.
Mate, he's chuffed to bits to be it.
I mean, his steak sandwich is probably the whole lot.
Well, there's a lot of beef out there. As I say, look, it's really interesting finding out about different cuts and what different steaks you're eating and what to do with it.
And joking apart, it must be just nice to have a bit of a break. I mean, you're playing, luckily, for one of the most successful teams in the country. You're reaching the business end of the season. Lots and lots and lots to play for. Highly focused, highly intense. Nice to switch off.
Exactly. Well, you said it. I think that this is the money end of the season, the business end. Some big games. It feels like every week we're saying that this is a big game, the next big game, and we've got a good run until Christmas. We put ourselves in, not till Christmas, till the end of the season. We put ourselves into a good position. Final this weekend, Sarries next weekend, Gloucester, then Munster in a quarter final. So it's nice to get away and do something different with the boys. We all get on really well, good bunch. So it's good to do something different.